Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. My name is Kelly and this is my husband Justin. In today's video, we will be sharing with you a little bit about our business and how it came to be. We had some questions about that before, and so we thought we would just go ahead and make a video. We are also eating our dinner in the car right now. We like to do this every once in a while, and so we have our Taco Bell and we're gonna let you know about our business. So if you don't know, we own a boutique and gift shop. It's called It Is Well Boutique and Gifts, and we're located in Pennsylvania. And basically what it is a clothing boutique and gift shop, but we also have a lot of local makers, artists, authors, and things that have their items on consignment in our shop. How it kind of, this particular business, how it kind of started out is that I started making t-shirts with my Cricut. T-shirts and decals and stuff like that. And it was just for fun. It was just for me. I would make them for gifts for friends and family. And I had a lot of people saying that I should start selling them because they wanted them for gifts for friends and family. So after a lot of thought and a lot of prayer and a lot of time saying, I don't think I really want to do that because this is fun for me and I don't want it to be not fun, we decided to go for it and give it a shot. And so we really started very, very small, just like selling to people that would ask for it, like word of mouth, and really it was just like people that we knew. And then we started going to vendor shows, like craft fairs, different things like that, which was really a lot of fun. We met a lot of really cool people. But from there, our business kind of transformed, and I started like branching out what I was doing. It wasn't just things with the Cricut, and actually we have kind of retired the Cricut at this point for shirt making and stuff, because it's just like not the best in my opinion. But so we don't do that particularly as much anymore. But it just grew, and we started a website last year. And from there, I decided that I kind of wanted to open a store, because that has kind of always been something that I've been interested in. And so after we checked into a few places locally and determined that that was not going to be a possibility, because everybody wanted way more in rent than I was going to be able to
afford
to do. So I kind of just decided it's not in the cards for right now. Then there was a property on the market that was for sale rather than for rent, and it ended up working out for us to purchase that property, and we were able to have our store there. And there's some videos of that, of us moving and like the first little bit of being in the store, if you wanted to check that out.
Being able to, knowing what you wanted to do and how you wanted to go about it. No, we didn't know though. We didn't really know.
What do you mean?
I mean, just knowing what Kelly's dream was and where to get to from there. I mean, after you look for places and you can't find anything to rent, the next logical step is kind of look to see what you can buy.
Yeah, that's true, I guess. Or just give up on that peace, but I'm not really.
No, and you know, I have
her
a tendency to look at
that.
things that I can't afford all the time anyway. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and then I send them to you and make you want things that we can't afford.
Yeah.
But you know, that's how dreams are created. Sometimes, for you know, your dream, you have to look at things to provide you with a dream that you're looking to accommodate, or you know, goals to aspire to. Think if you were, you know, now I can be content with what I have, absolutely no problem.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But dreams are created when there's things that you want.
One of the questions that people often want to know is where the name came from. It as well came to us long before the really business model and stuff did. When would this have been? Maybe like probably like 5 or 6 years ago, maybe even 7. We were dealing with a lot of things, like deaths in our family, like job uncertainty, financial uncertainty, just like kind of a lot of things that we were like trying to deal with. And one day I was in the drive-thru at the bank, and I was listening to the song Even If by Mercy Me, and at the end of that, right, it's at the end? At the end of that song, they go into the chorus of "It Is Well With My Soul," and that just really was a strong reminder to me that even when we don't understand, and even when life is difficult, and even if things don't go how we want them to, and even if we don't understand, it can be well with us, because God is always working things out to our good. So I just wanted it to be a reminder to our community and to anybody that interacts with our business in any way that it's all good, because God's in control of everything. So even when the world seems like it's in chaos, God is good. Like some technical things that you might be interested in is that our point of sale system is through Lightspeed, and maybe I would recommend them. I'm not totally sure. I'm still learning a lot about them and the things that they have and stuff, but yeah, it's not terrible. I'm going to be doing a video in the next week or so. It was a requested video of like how I fill my day, like what I do during the day when I don't have customers. So I'll be sharing that with you here in the next week or so.
So Kelly's really the creative mind and the visionary behind it. Like even from the decorations and the layout of the shop, when you know what you had projected, and I'm pretty much, you know, the brawn to make it happen. She's the brain. So basically, you know, when I am at the shop, when I'm not working my other job, I'm able to be a floating salesman. I like to chat with people and help them see how certain items might work in a way that they didn't think about. Because if you can provide somebody with a multi-use function to anything, more people are more inclined to buy it, because it puts it in an idea that they can understand, or for a purpose or a need in their life. So I'm very quick to hop in there and try to say, well, you know, this is what the intended purpose for it, but you can also use it in this capacity or that capacity. And then when she's creating, you know, my job is to operate the machinery. So she might be making a design for a shirt. She gets it all ready. She gives me the product. I'll warm up the press. I get everything lined up. Kind of quality control, but mainly just making sure everything's just lined up. And then I do all the pressing. Then she'll make sure that it's punched into the computer and tagged, and then we can add it into inventory and put it out in the shop. So a lot of my functions are, well, like I'm your employee.
I mean,
you're my boss.
not really.
You tell me what you need done, like what you need to get accomplished, and I'm there to help do it. And
we also do all the ordering together.
I help pick out the products for the men, and
I mean, we kind of look at everything
even
together,
if I
though,
don't
and
know,
agree.
even if I don't know what I'm looking for, like I'll give you an idea of what I think we should have for men, and then if we can't find it, we'll find something similar. Like you'll find something similar, and then when we decide, then we'll order.
But one of the questions that we get kind of often, I would say, is, well, it's kind of two parts, is that, like, how did I decide that this is what I wanted to do? Or is this something I've always wanted to do? And the second part of that would be, what did I used to do before this? So to answer the what I did before this portion of the question, I worked as a nurse, and then I also worked at an elementary school as their secretary.
It's actually really cool the way God created these connections, you know, through your work. And some of the people that you worked with are some of your biggest contributors to your business. And,
absolutely.
What's great is that your stuff is so still young and hip that, like, even the kids that knew you when you were the secretary and are a little older now, but they come into the store, not only are they excited to see you, but they're excited that they have a shop in a town where there's otherwise nothing.
Yeah, not much
for them.
I mean, there's things, but
there are
not
things,
a lot.
but when it comes to, like, the shopping and clothing and accessories and even you know, books and stuff like that, it's really hard to find another place in town.
Yeah. And then as far as, like, how did I decide that this is what I wanted to do, or, like, have I always wanted to do this? I have always been kind of entrepreneurial minded, I would say. Like, when I was little, we always were playing, like, grocery store, video store, bookstore, just whatever. Like, I always wanted to play store, and I always wanted to be the person that was selling the stuff. But then when I was around, I would say 9 or 10 was when I first started my first business. You want to tell them what it was?
She started Kelli's Button Factory, selling buttons to
Customizable buttons
to church members and stuff like that. She had a little ribbon.
Pins.
She had a little ribbon with these little button pins that were all on it, and they were priced.
Yeah.
And she just had that, and she even had little business cards.
Yeah.
And I guess that was kind of like your first foot into, like, owning your own business, and something also because of your creative mind. Like, if I opened a business, it would be, here's all this pre-made stuff that's already there. You know, like, I don't have the creative mind to put that together and make it.
Yeah, so basically, no and yes, have I always wanted to do this? Yes, I've always wanted to, but I never really thought it was much of a possibility because, unfortunately, sometimes that is overlooked in, like, as you're growing up or whatever, like, that spirit isn't nurtured. And so you kind of think, okay, well, I can't do that. Like, I have to pick something to do. I have to pick something to do that's not that. So I went to school and became an LPN, which I still am licensed. It's just,
and insured.
Oh my gosh, why does that matter?
It matters to an insurance agent. It matters.
Okay. Anyway, yeah, so I still do that as a volunteer for things, and I really enjoy it much more that way because, yeah, I just do. Well, I just prefer it.
You don't have to worry about different rotation, different shifts, like working overnight, doing like third shift and stuff. Like, when you volunteer your time, you kind of get what you want to do with that. And though you are great and you're a good healer and you're a great personality for nursing, like you genuinely care, it's just that's a heavy load to carry for somebody who's already very empathetic, and you are an empath. It's like you already carry the weight of people's struggles and pain.
Yeah.
That would just be even more so.
Yeah. I have always enjoyed using my creativity to make money, but ultimately, you know, you have to make money as your job. But ultimately, the thing that I love more than anything is to see how excited people get about something that I have made. Like, that just makes my day all the time. And if I could afford to just do it, you know, to just do it, I would. But unfortunately, that is not an option. We will be getting our website back up and running. We had kind of put a pause on that while we were getting our feet underneath of us with the shop. But I'm working to get that back.
And you can imagine, there's a lot of work between a brick and mortar store and a website, and you want to be able to link your inventory.
They have to be.
Because if you don't, you would spend all day long.
That's all I do.
Inventory for the store, inventory for online would just be too much.
Yeah.
So we're hoping that, you know, she can reuse Lightspeed. We're trying out their program
Website.
to see how well it works and how well it links. And if it does the job right, she only has to input the information one time.
Yeah.
And it'll do the rest for her. We're hoping. So
that's going to do it for this video. If you have any questions that we didn't touch on or want more information about anything, leave a comment below. We will happily do a part 2 to this. We could do it kind of Q&A style if you have questions, so you can just leave those.
Detail it. I do better with general questions. I can answer questions.
We will see you next time. Thanks for watching.